Hello guys, if you are our subscriber, you already know that there is no topic about space we haven't covered or will cover soon. So if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, now you can, because today we have a weird topic, as the fact that you aren't in our army yet. Today we're going to talk about Jupiter itself, the most gracious and hugest planet in a whole solar system. Jupiter, at a first glance, is perhaps the last place you would expect to find life. But we are space explorers, and we have to check everything. So let's dive into this topic and study it as deeply as we can. It's, after all, a rolling hot gas giant. But it might surprise you that a gas giant itself has, at least in the past, been considered a possible home for life. And not just microbial life, but complex life. Until we start talking about life itself on a planet, we have to find out how its atmosphere is formed. If you descend into Jupiter's atmosphere, you will first find a turbulent upper layer made up of a mix of gases, mostly hydrogen and helium. The further you go down, the hotter it will get due to the high pressure of the interior. At about 1,000 kilometers below the top of the cloud deck, you transition to one of the stranger natural substances thought to exist in our solar system. You would find metallic hydrogen. The simple, basic gas, a prime ingredient on the Sun, accounts for 90% of the atmosphere. Nearly 10% is composed of helium. A very small fraction of the atmosphere is made up of compounds such as ammonia, sulfur, methane, and water vapor. While metallic hydrogen is described as a liquid, it is a bit different than any other. It's better to think of the hydrogen as simply getting denser the deeper you go, rather than use labels. Beyond that thick layer, at the heart of the planet, it's thought you would find a core. Not a lot is known about this core, but it's probably made of rock and metal, just like the inner planets. What about the surface? As a gas giant, Jupiter doesn't have a true surface. The planet is mostly swirling gases and liquids. While a spacecraft would have nowhere to land on Jupiter, it wouldn't be able to fly through unscathed either. The extreme pressure and temperatures deep inside the planet crush, melt, and vaporize spacecraft trying to fly into the planet. Just a little reminder that we will have 6 fascinating facts about Jupiter, as it's the 6th planet in the solar system. Jupiter's environment is probably not conducive to life as we know it. The temperatures, the pressure, and materials that characterize this planet are most likely too extreme and violent for organisms to adapt. While planet Jupiter is an unlikely place for living things to take hold, the same is not true of some of its many moons. Europa is one of the likeliest planets to find life elsewhere in our solar system. There is evidence of a vast oceans just beneath its icy crust, where life could possibly be supported. We will cover these topics in near future, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We can't say for sure, but Jovian environment is so inhospitable that the possibility of life is slim. Any Jovian life would have to be quite different from any organism on Earth. Since Jupiter has no solid surface, Jovian aliens would have to fly or float, surviving in extreme conditions too harsh for any Earthlings. However, in 1976, Carl Sagan and Edwin Salter released a paper in which they suggested that ammonium-based life of some kind might exist in the atmosphere of Jupiter. They envisioned 3 hypothetical kinds of animals that might live there, which they termed as skimmers, floaters, and hunters. In particular, the floaters were envisioned as enormous gas bags, perhaps kilometers across and visible from orbit, that suspended themselves in the atmosphere using helium. Of course, that's just an opinion and a made-up theory about that opinion. Still, at certain altitudes in Jupiter's atmosphere, there do exist chemicals that are necessary for some sort of exotic life form. The temperatures are warm enough, and flashes of light could provide energy that drives the chemicals reactions needed for life. But staying at such a favorable depth would be a problem for microbe or any other simple organism. Winds could carry them deep into the planet's interior, where the heat would cook them. Or the winds could lift them higher, where they would not only freeze, but would be killed by radiation from space. It's apparently impossible to live on Jupiter for humankind, at least for now. But as we always say, never stop exploring. And we haven't explored 1% of Jupiter yet. Everything's possible. Let's count 6 facts about the biggest boy in Milky Way. Jupiter is twice as massive as all other planets combined. Jupiter does have rings, but they aren't easily visible as Saturn's one. Jupiter's length of a year is equal to 11.86 Earth years. Jupiter's length of a day is 9.93 hours. The average temperature on Jupiter is minus 175 Celsius. And the first place goes to the fact about the name. Jupiter is the king of the ancient Roman gods, as the planet has the look of the king of the solar system. So far, we discussed the possibility to live on the biggest planet in the solar system. From today till the nearest future, it seems truly impossible. But don't forget that space is full of surprises. We never fully know what it will bring to us. Hope you liked our video. If that's so, encourage us and use the like button. And I can promise that you shouldn't miss the next videos, which means you should subscribe to our channel. Bye for now, and wait for our new, more interesting videos about space.